The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are for information purposes only. The Sun Sign News Daily Horoscopes are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, legal, or investment advice. It is the intention of the author of the Sun Sign News that the daily horoscopes be used in conjunction with one's own common sense and, if warranted, the advisement of a professional and licensed physician, psychologist, attorney, or investment advisor, etc. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Sign News. Today's horoscopic reading is for Sunday, June 4th, 2023, calculated for sunrise, Eastern Standard Time, and beginning with the sign currently occupied by the Sun. Gemini, you may feel drawn to the more hidden or mysterious aspects of life today, but in this you must exercise some caution because with this influence, and for better or worse, you may be vulnerable to the influence of others. This is a day for dreaming and not for making decisions. Cancer, you may find yourself entertaining all sorts of thoughts on how to improve the world today, and in that you may actually have some really good ideas. But in your zeal to impress upon others the importance of your ideas, you may wind up coming across as a crank and alienating them instead. Ease up a little. Leo, whether this is a day off or not, you have the potential to come up with a new and revolutionary way of doing things in your work or profession. In short, mental work is favored today. Virgo, it is likely that you find yourself caught up in all sorts of deep, philosophical thoughts today, exploring subjects such as metaphysics and maybe even tackling the meaning of life itself. The only real downside to this influence is a tendency to allow the entertaining of these philosophical positions to turn into fanatical beliefs. Libra, you have two key phrases for the day. The first is calm down. The second is think it through. Libra, more so than any other sign, has a tendency to get caught up in endless loops of analysis and weighing the pros and cons of any particular matter. But not today. The prevailing stellar influence can raise your anxiety levels and lead you to making some very uncharacteristic, spontaneous, or sudden move or decision that results in conflict. Scorpio, today's stellar influences are favorable for partnered Scorpios, allowing them to work inventively and creatively with their significant other. For the single, it is somewhat different. While there is the potential to make an intellectual connection with a potential romantic partner, there is also a tendency for the single Scorpio to be uncharacteristically socially awkward. Sagittarius, well, it's another humdrum and monotonous stellar influence for your sign today, and followed up by yet another tiresome nagging via the Sun Sign News. Sorry, Sagittarius, but the stars say that today's stellar energy is best used for cleaning house, literally and figuratively. Capricorn, who's ready to roll the dice before the sun is even up today? Capricorn, today's stellar influences can stir within you all sorts of creative ideas and hunches, thus leading to a strong desire to speculate and gamble. You're an adult. We're not telling you what to do, and we're not telling you what not to do, but we are suggesting that you exercise your common sense today. And have some fun, too. Aquarius, if you've been wanting to get away from it all, radically change your life circumstances and conditions, reinvent yourself and your life, this is not the day to do it. But it is the day to take some time and contemplate these matters, because the answers on how to achieve these goals without injuring yourself or others are quite probably within you now. Dig deep. Pisces, in the case that you are reading or listening to this a day in advance, put a notepad and writing instrument or a fancy high-tech dictation device on your nightstand. Write down your dreams or any ideas that may wake you up in the middle of the night. The reason for this is that your ability to come up with some amazing, potentially money-making idea or invention is at its peak today. In the case that you don't have any big ideas formulating within you, at the least you might come up with an idea as to how to improve things in the workplace, the home, or in your personal life. But we suggest thinking big. Aries, today is an astrological double-edged sword, and it focuses on money. On the one edge, your mind is exceptionally sharp right now, and you may be able to identify a unique and amazing opportunity to increase your life's portion. On the other edge, you are also prone to rash behavior and an unhealthy appetite for risk. In other words, you could do something absolutely brilliant, or you could do something incredibly stupid. Remember, risk is always congruent to yield, and investments are not the same as speculations. Taurus. Like several of the other signs, today's stellar influences will likely incline you towards some deep thinking today. This can lead to great ideas. The same astrological influences will greatly enhance writing and communication skills for most Taurians. But here's the catch. If you have any inclination towards losing your temper, like issuing the occasional punch in the nose when you think it's warranted, or nonviolent socially acceptable equivalent, well then, all this deep thinking can lead to some sort of fanatical position on some particular matter, and in your zeal, you could go way over the top in making your point. You've been warned. If you've enjoyed the audio version of the Sun Sign News, we ask that you give us a thumbs up and even subscribe to this channel if you are so inclined. That will help keep us on the air and delivering a daily dose of cynicism and sarcasm wrapped in a supercharged daily sun sign horoscope. And remember, don't blame us.